What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ review, and I'm here to give my review of the Netflix original series Fast and the Furious Spy Racers. Now, I'm a big fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise. Now, there's bad movies in the Fast and Furious franchise. Any franchise that has 9 movies in it is going to have some bad movies. But overall, I'm a big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. When it's firing on all cylinders, it's doing really, really well, and I really enjoy the movies. Fast 5 is still my favorite. I really liked 8. I didn't love Hobbs and Shaw, but I liked it. So I was looking forward to this Netflix series, Spy Racers. So just a quick, I'm not going to give any spoilers here, just a quick kind of synopsis. Dom Toretto, he has, I don't know if this kid is his nephew or his cousin. They say, but it's not important enough to remember. But basically there's this kid, Tony Toretto, who's related to Dom. And Dom recruits him to stop a crime organization. And Miss Nowhere is involved, and she is the employer, and I don't want to get into details on exactly what it is, because I think that as far as a TV show like this that's aimed at kids, it is actually rather complex. But there were a couple episodes that I really liked, but overall, I wasn't a huge fan of it, to be honest with you. We did get our token Dom appearances. He was in the first episode, and he was in the last episode. He was in the first episode to recruit Tony, and he was in the last episode to say, "Job well done, family, family, family." and in the first episode, there's actually a scene where Dom stages a kidnapping so he can show Ms. Nowhere just how good Tony is. And I remember thinking, like, a bunch of guys popped out of a van and kidnapped Dom, and I remember thinking, wait a second, this doesn't seem right. Dom could literally lift a mountain on his back and nobody would blink an eye because it's Dominic Toretto. So how are a bunch of masked dudes in a van gonna kidnap him with him just saying, "Hey, get off me"? Turns out it was all a ruse. It was all a performance that he wanted Tony to put on. Forget the police officers that were chasing Tony down the street. Forget that if any of them got injured or killed. The important thing here was that Dom got to show Miss Nowhere how good Tony was at driving and how good his team was. His team is very similar to Dom's team. You've got the loud personalities, you've got the hacker tech people. I mean, Echo was a kind of cool character. So you had a dynamic, diverse team that was backing Tony. But overall, I found it to be very juvenile. Like, there was a lot of fart jokes. There was some jokes about one of the members of the team eating too much and how he might have been a little overweight. And I mean, I feel like this was a 12-year-old. A 12-year-old got called into the pitch meeting and said, "Hey, how would you like to tell us what you would want to see in a Fast and Furious animated show?" And he was like, "Ooh, let me give you all of my ideas." And they were all very juvenile 12-year-old ideas. And that's really what it felt like for much of the show. The animation, parts of the animation were beautiful. Anytime you had cars involved and racing involved and chases involved, it was beautiful, beautiful animation. It really was. During the exposition scenes, some of the exposition looked like video game quality animation. So it was very mixed bag as far as how good the animation was. They really, looks like they chose to put a lot of their budget into the chase scenes in the cars and less budget into exposition, because who wants to worry about the talking and the storyline? Let's worry about the car races. Ironically enough, the scenes with Dom, those look like video game quality animation to me. And he wasn't in it much. Like I said, first episode, last episode. And to Vin Diesel's credit, Vin Diesel did come back and voice Dom. I just felt like it was too much of a mixed bag and too all over the place and too juvenile to really recommend it. Like I said, as far as a kid's show is concerned, the plot was rather complex. It might have been a little convoluted, to be honest with you, but it did have a fun heist involved in it. But it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. The beautiful animation wasn't enough to save the fact that it was very immature, and the exposition was very sloppy, and the animation was very sloppy in the exposition. So while I enjoyed parts of it, I can't recommend this series. If you're a fan of Fast and the Furious, you'll probably get something out of it. I mean, I'm glad I watched it, but this isn't going to get any repeat viewings from me. If a season 2 comes out, I'll watch season 2. But it's not going to get any repeat viewings because it just wasn't good enough to invest the time again. So that's where I'm at. Have you seen Fast and the Furious Spy Racers? If so, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you thought of it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of content, and I want to make sure that my viewers are up to date on what I'm doing. And thank you for being here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.